I know I'm not really like anybody special on YouTube when it comes to the guitar player sector, um, but something that I think I can safely say is that I think Gibson's missing a big opportunity here with the kind of audience they can reach. If you've done any kind of shopping around for a specific type of guitar, namely a 1984 Explorer, you'll notice they're hard to find because they were discontinued. And one of the big things that you'll see being made in China and being sold on websites like AliExpress and Alibaba or whatever, and DHgate, are Explorers with no pickguard that are rear-routed and have the volume and tone controls and the toggle switch in the typical, we'll just call a spade, Hetfield configuration. And you can't really get that for a reasonable price in this part of the world right now. And Japan, you have options like Edwards and Grassroots, and even that looks like it's kind of dwindling because Edwards, from what I can tell on their website, it doesn't look like they're going to really be doing that anymore. But I also don't know how accurate the website is. I've seen a couple on eBay, but by the time, if you're in a foreign country, by the time you pay for the guitar and pay for the import costs, depending on what the import costs are in your country, it's still not necessarily budget friendly. Now, I mean, in most cases, you're probably still coming in under the prices of like a Gibson 70s Explorer, but for people that do have that whole like, I have to have a guitar that's made in America thing, I think there's an opportunity here for Gibson to tap into a market, namely the Metallica fans. I don't think it would take a whole lot of work on their part to really change it up, but it seems like they're so afraid of deviating from their legacy and innovating or even bringing back something as simple as that design of Explorer. I mean, look at this. I mean, everything's pretty much either just a different wood or a different color of the same basic thing. The Dave Mustaine V being the most probably updated version of a flying V that Gibson's put out in years. And my original intent was to rant about that too, but I mean, for people that really want like that Hetfield Kill 'Em All V, I mean, they have it. There's the 70s flying V. That's basically it. I feel like they're leaving money on the table, and I could be wrong. I'm not a market analyst, but just judging by what I see from guitar groups and shopping around for guitars, I think they're missing out. And part of this probably comes a lot from my own wants and desires as far as completing certain aspects of my guitar collection. But I mean, I don't see why they can't. And they could take it's not like it even has to have Hetfield's name on it, because it'll sell. People want that Explorer. I mean, that's cool, don't get me wrong. The 70s Explorer and the 58, it's a classic look. A lot of what I see in metal is people moving that toggle switch from the pickguard over to the first volume control. And then they either get a solid pickguard or they make it look like Hetfield's rusty Explorer. So, I mean, I would say there's a market. And they could take a different approach to this, like what they're doing with like the Dave Mustaine collection or even the Slash collection. It doesn't have to just be a Gibson guitar. They can put an Epiphone out there. I mean, the 84 Explorer that they've been selling for the last, whenever they were selling them, they were Epiphones. And I think that's where the fine line is, because you could end up having this custom shop Explorer that's 10 grand that the average person isn't going to want to buy. But if you make it a exclusive or a standard option under the original line, make it $2,200, there's your premium option. And then if you move over to Epiphone, they could either do the original designer or even put it in the modern designer and market it as that. I mean, for what the things are going for on Reverb and what I've seen them go for, I don't think people would have a huge problem paying $900 for them. You'd probably sell gangbusters in like the $849 range that I think most of the signature guitars are. How much is a Slash guitar? Okay, maybe not. I keep forgetting that prices change like every hour. Yeah, $849 for that, $899. So they're kind of across the board. $899 for the Lazarus. How much is the Ghost Horse? $799. So I mean, if you price it somewhere in that range in the Epiphone line, they're gonna sell. And I would even dare say, instead of what they have done in the past, which I know some of it's, you know, their legacy and how they do things, like with having the black headstock, even like that looks sick. But I mean, if they did like, if they went as far as making a matching headstock, I think that would make it even more appealing. So like the white Explorer with the white headstock, ebony fingerboard, black Explorer, black headstock, ebony fingerboard. Come on, man. EMG 81 and 60, they're gonna sell. No doubt about it. Like I said, if they take a multi-pronged approach, if they put out an Epiphone model and a Gibson model, then you appeal to numerous players and you give them the option to spend the extra money for the Gibson, or if they just want the Epiphone or whatever. I'm telling you, man, it's money on the table. Just money sitting there waiting to be taken. I would buy a white one and a black one. I'm not even gonna front. You know, if you really want to further entice people, throw in a mahogany one like that. Give it like a satin finish. Throw some aged nickel hardware on there. Brushed DMG headset or something like that. Oh, that'd be sick. Of course, then it'd probably be $5,000. But still, I mean, there's options here. I mean, there's things that they could do, and I'd like to see them do it. You know, I like what Gibson does. It's just that a lot of the stuff, there's things that they don't necessarily fit what I'm looking for. And in a lot of instances, it's just not practical for me. Like I love this black 70s Explorer, but for what I want, I'm not going to pay $2,200, drill out that hole bigger to put a pickup selector there, buy another pickguard, buy a set of EMGs, change the hardware to black. You know, now I'm probably $2,600 into the guitar. It's just, no, I'm not doing that. I'll buy the Epiphone and do the same thing and save a lot of money. You know, the only one I would probably maybe buy without question, just because the only thing I'd probably do to is switch the pickups, would be the 70s Flying V, which I wish what they would do is in their inspired by line for Epiphone, make a white Flying V, do the 70s. Why are they only sticking to the 58s? Because here's the thing, and this is what I don't think Gibson realizes. The people that are going to buy the Epiphone are going to buy the Epiphone regardless of whether or not there's an option for a Gibson. The people that are going to buy the Gibson are going to buy the Gibson regardless of whether or not there's an option in the Epiphone line. That's just how it works. People have this, they either have brand loyalty, country of origin loyalty, or they're buying affordable, quote, affordable guitars because they're going to mod them to their desires. And, you know, if I could buy a $649 white 70s style Flying V, throw an EMG headset in it, change the tuners to whatever I want, probably maybe darken up that fretboard a little bit, you know, that's money ahead, as opposed to spending $2,200 for the Flying V and then a headset. If you're buying new, you're looking at, I don't even know what a headset costs now. So they've gone up. No, they haven't gone up. Because I think they've been $249. Fairly certain they've been $249. But they might go up with everything that's going on. So as of right now, $250 plus the $2,200. So you're at $2,500 basically after tax and everything like that. I don't know. I mean, I've even thought of buying a husk and filling in the routing underneath the pick guard and sanding it smooth and then painting it white. So I mean, people are going to find workarounds, but I mean, Gibson, you're just leaving money out there. Take this opportunity, make a bunch of metalheads and Metallica fans happy. Just bring that '84 Explorer back and don't make it some obscenely priced custom shop special or limited edition or anything like that. Just put it out. You're gonna make money. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this just my opinion because it's too personal of a want for me, or do you think I'm correct in that Gibson's leaving some money on the table and they could be making some bank here if they put out a Epiphone and a Gibson '84 Explorer guitar? Let me know in the comments below and we'll go from there. And like always, thank you for taking the time to watch, and we'll see you in the next one.